Hi everyone, here's a recording of our walkthrough of prototyping for our food truck app. There are a couple different variations depending on the navigation, if you did a sticky nav at the base or if you did a hamburger nav, but I'll walk you through all of the steps. So start things off, what we want to do is making sure we're on the design tab. If we do have a sticky menu, first and foremost, making sure that all those icons are grouped. And then from there, once we're on that screen, we can go down to the bottom left to our layer section. And I just want to make sure that that navigation is in fact on the very top. You want to make sure that it is not down here, as you might think, making sure it's at the very, very top on each and every screen, because that will impact when you, if you do have a scrolling page. So it's just good practice to ensure it's up at the top from the get-go. So from there, we're going to click over to our prototype tab, again at the top left. And first and foremost, we're just going to start connecting up our few of our pages, and really anything that you feel is clickable, it's good to connect. So starting from the beginning, I want to connect that next button to obviously my next onboarding screen. I'm going to click the button. You'll see a little blue highlight happen with a little blue arrow. And I'm going to go ahead and click that. You get an arm, and now I can just drag that arm to where I want to connect. And obviously, if I hit next, I'm going to need to get to my onboarding screen number 2. Same with submit. Once I hit submit, I'm then at the home screen. So I'm going to click that arm and then connect that to my home screen. So you can now see when I click on the top of these artboards, you can now see where they are connected to. Taking it one step further, if we do want to select skip, I can click that. And then that means we'll go straight to home and click skip. Not really necessary there, as we're just one step away, but why not? So now we are on our home page. So again, I don't have all of the pages created. Just for the example, I just have our home page, and I do have the menu page and then the food specific section as well. So what we're just going to do is, again, anything that's clickable, any buttons. So order now, I'm going to click that, hit the arrow, and that's going to take me over to my menu. And now we need to start connecting up our navigation. So first and foremost, please be sure that when you do connect, or when you are prototyping your base navigation, you need to make sure that you're doing it in every single instance. If you do not connect your pages over on this page, they won't be clickable, and you need to make sure that everything is clickable, and you can always get back to every page. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and click. And since that's grouped, that whole section is now highlighted. And over on the right-hand side, you see scrolling and a fixed position when scrolling. I want to make sure that's on. So again, before I get any further, I'm just going to go ahead and do that on every single page here. And then you'll see a little pin show up when that's happened. Okay, now again, let's go back. We can go ahead and zoom in. So because I only have my menu page linked up and connected, I'm just going to do my select my menu icon. And since this is grouped, again, you don't want to connect this whole bar to here. I just want this icon. So to get in there, you just double click, and now I'm selecting just that icon. I hit the little arrow, go over, and I want that to connect over to the menu. So sliding over to the menu, I don't need to connect this one, but I do need to make sure that that home button does connect back. So again, a double click, hit the arrow, and slide it over there. Same with that logo. Let's click that and slide it over. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that everything in our navigation is linked up before I get too far. Okay, so now if I go Command A, I get a nice preview here. I can see what is connected and perhaps maybe a highlight of anything that needs to be connected. At a glance right now, it looks so far so good. So that base navigation is ready to roll. So now we're going to, I'm going to go into option 1. If we end up with a devoted page for each specific item versus a pop-up. So I'm going to actually go back over to the design tab. It's good to get these grouped up. It saves you from having to prototype the text and the box. You're welcome to if you want. It's not that much more work, but every little click can save you a bit of time. So if I select that nachos and guac, I want it to connect over to here. So I'm going to click that arrow, and that's going to select, bring it over here. I do want to, I did add a little back arrow. Granted, you can probably go back in the menu, but I felt it was a little more intuitive to add an actual back arrow. To be honest, I'm not super enthused about the placement of that. But again, just for the purpose of the lesson, we'll just leave it alone. So I'm just going to hit that back arrow. And again, I need it to go back over to the menu. So it's looking okay right now. I can go back over to that home screen, again, clicking on where the text is and go up to the top right and press play. And now I can see if things are working. Order now, nachos and guac. And then again, obviously you would do add to cart. I can hit that back arrow and hit that home. So that's working perfectly. And then again, depending how you're working on your site, you might need to link up a few more, obviously, pages, which is your profile page and your cart page. And that's it. I'll do a separate video for the pop-up portion.